why don't we dive in real quick to 3-4 Predator?
Sure.
So 3-4, this is the Ravens playbook.
Yeah.
They've got the Predator, which is found in some 3-4s, just like kind of 3-4 Bear is found in some 3-4s. It's kind of dependent on, the coordinator and all that. But 3-4 Predator will show you why it does what it does, and then we'll give you a little blitz from it to check out.
Coverage blitz. It's a coverage blitz, but it is... I think it's a very good coverage blitz, and it's delayed, and you don't necessarily see it coming at the quarterback.
So 3-4,
yep.
But I see 4 down linemen.
Right. It is a 3-4, but you have, by default, you have one linebacker on the left side here, right, who has his hand in the dirt and plays a 4-3 alignment, right? But what we actually do to set this play up, we base a line, so we hit coverage audible right on the D-pad. We're going to shift our linebackers to the right. Now take a look at this. We're going to force that linebacker to stand up. Now we're in that 3-4 line.
So now it's almost not even Predator anymore, in theory.
Correct. Now, from here, I like to shift the line left, crash it out. I then like to put a deep safety, or a deep linebacker in the deep third. And then I user this linebacker here. You can hover if you want. You can kind of do all you want.
No contain needed.
No contain needed. The idea here is you get slow passive pressure before you snap it. Sometimes this defender will blitz directly, like the lineman and the flow of the quarterback rolling out where he's going. He'll blitz right at the guard. But then there's other times where he'll get a wider rush and he kind of swings around the left tackle. And you can a lot of times don't even need a blitz A-roll. You can put him on a quarterback spy, do whatever you want. But it's those 3 dudes blitzing off that edge. And right will get a unique angle where he kind of swings in kind of like that and gets after the quarterback. So that's like what you're going to see when it works properly. Now, if you run this 10 times, you get that passive pressure maybe 4 times.
Yeah, you're only
5 times.
you're sending 3 dudes. It's like how much?
A lot of times it gets picked up, and if they slide protect, good night, right? But listen, the coverage behind this is what you want to focus on. This is phenomenal coverage.
Yeah.
Bar none, one of the best coverage setups in the game.
I know you weren't holding there, but yeah.
No, you don't need to hold it. But that's the example I was talking about. Sometimes you don't get that rush off of that edge. He will go directly into the guard. So we'll go one more time.
Base a line.
Yep.
Shift your backers right to get him to stand up. Crash your line left. Shift your line left. Crash your line up. Deep zone in the middle, and then user.
Yep. That's what we're looking for.
And there it is.
And that's what we're looking for. And that time I blitzed the extra resource on the D line, so that could have been a reason what made that work. So let's try that again. Go into replay. We'll show you how that looks. You can see it comes in pretty quick off the edge, but what I like about it is that it's clean edge pressure, and it's not a lot of resources to get the blitz to work, right? And that's the key to me is how do I maximize my blitz? And what's great about this, guys, this is universal. This is any play from this formation, any play. I love universal blitzes. I don't like having to be forced to come out on something specific because then that limits my coverages. Because if I can come out in a universal blitz, I can always come out in a cover 4, and I can get to that blitz from any of those defenses. Now, a lot of times you don't necessarily always use those plays, but they're at your disposal when you need it, right?
3-4, man. That's a clowny roll, that tight, hand down in the dirt, move them, shift them, get them all around.
One more time.
See how much you can get it to come in. See if you can get him to loop.
When there's movement with the quarterback, it works better.
Yeah.
You're going to find movement with the quarterback. If you get a guy that is a statue in the pocket, this might not be the defense for you to run. But if you get a guy that's a little bit more mobile and they're constantly moving around, it will start to work a little bit more. See how it kind of fights? It really depends on the angle of the quarterback. If you start with a big drop stick back and a left a little bit, I find that where it will come in. But if you roll to the right, like right at the snap of the ball, that's where the alignment changes of where the blitzer like wants to come after you. Like his Pythagorean theorem changes, right? Like when you roll right, his Pythagorean theorem brings him more across the offensive line. So he will then shoot at the guard. But when you are to dead center or to the left a little bit, that's when the blitz I'm finding will come in. So do it one more time here for me. Snap the ball. You see how he's shedding there, but he comes in clean. That's the key. Those are still blitzes that are effective, even if they do the contextual awareness, because they're not getting held, they're not getting blocked, so they can still get in and cause pressure. But this time, just roll to the right for me, because I want to see the difference here. I think he'll absolutely get picked up. Nope.
Almost better.
Almost better. But
he's like, I need to go really far over there.
But also the point there. Mobility in the pocket helps the play be more successful. That's why this is a play that works better in game than what you see in practice. Because in practice, a lot of times you're just kind of a statue. It's hard to mimic. Like you're not as panicked. You're not running around.
Yeah. And
the tendency for people to use mobile quarterbacks and move in the pocket, that makes this work really well.
All right, 3-4 Predator. Check that out. That's Ravens. And that's obviously still one of the better books in the game anyways, depending on if you like. So button-wise, you press Y right on the D-pad. Then you press LB left on the D-pad. But first, okay, here we go. Y right on the D-pad. RB right on the D-pad. LB left on the D-pad. LB up on the right stick. Put your middle linebacker in a deep zone, which is like A up on the left stick. And then user that guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's the buttons for you.
Boom.
Kapow. Yeah.
You're just forcing coverage.
That's
what you want. You want coverage,
roll,
passing
and then,
pressure.
then work on sending some heat off the right once they start to roll that way consistently.